Hello everyone, how are you folks doing? My name is Armando. Welcome back to my channel, and this is another episode of Unsolved Murders in Hawaii. And in this one, we go to Hilo, Hawaii on the Big Island, and this is the unsolved murder of Bradley Bussewitz. Okay, now Bradley Bussewitz was beaten to death and dumped in a remote area, and for years the victim was known to Hawaii Island police only as John Doe. Okay, nobody reported him missing or anything like that. And in 2003, a hunter came across the body of a badly beaten man near the 12-mile marker on Saddle Road in South Hilo. Now, the victim's body was in a severe state of decomposition. Now, the investigators ran his fingerprints in a statewide database. It did not yield a positive identification. And this is what the officer said, if you don't know who the victim is, you don't know who the suspect is, said Lieutenant Rio Ammon Wilkins with the Hawaii Island Police Department. There's many challenges. You don't really know which direction to go in. If you don't know who your victim is, you don't know how long he's been here. You don't know where he lived, who he hung out with, or where he hung out. So there's a lot of questions. Now, the victim was dubbed John Doe, and no one reported the man missing, as I mentioned before, and the case went cold. In 2016, investigators finally hit a breakthrough in the quest to solve the murder. Okay, now the detective Derek Morimoto was assigned to the case, and he learned the Criminal Justice Center in Honolulu was using new technology from the FBI, and that was called Next Generation Identification, or NGI. NGI is a database that can identify people through facial recognition, fingerprints, palm prints, or the iris of a person's eye. So, Morimoto sent the fingerprints to Honolulu, and to his relief, the results returned with a match. The victim's name is Bradley Bussewitz, 47, and he also went by the name Bradley Adair. Okay. Now, he had a sister in Wisconsin, so Morimoto contacted Bussewitz's sister to inform the family of Bradley's death. The sister's name was Pam Eklund. All of a sudden, any hope of regaining that time or that relationship was gone, Pam Eklund told KHON2. It had been 13 years that he went unidentified, she added. No one knew that he had passed. That just made it all the more tragic. Eklund describes her brother's lifestyle as nomadic. Bradley Bussewitz was born in Wisconsin, but from 1988 to 1989, Bradley lived on the Big Island, and he's known to have lived in San Luis Obispo, California in 1996. Okay. Now, investigators also discovered that he moved to Maui in May of 2003 before returning to the Big Island. Bradley lived at various locations on the Big Island: Puna, South Hilo, Ka'u and North Kohala and Kona. He would send the family letters, she explained. A lot of times there wasn't a return address where we could stay in touch with him. It wasn't all that unusual for us to go several years without hearing from him. Okay, so they pretty much had a hard time keeping in contact with him. Eklund, the sister, said that she would often try to find her brother, and as recently as 2014 we did a search of death records and did not find any for him, Eklund said. So to us, we hadn't heard from him for so long. That was encouraging. We accepted his lifestyle. We were just hopeful that the environment he was in fit his unique personality. It sounds like he did have a very unique personality. He was a poet, a pacifist, and a vegetarian, said Eklund. He was a lover of the earth. His dream was to own a small piece of land in Hawaii and be able to grow his own food and be self-sufficient. Yet the question still remains, who killed Bradley Bussewitz? And this is what Detective Morimoto said. He says, I'm hoping by putting this case out there that someone would recognize him or remember him and give us information to help solve the case. His family also wants to fill in the missing pieces of Bradley's tragic death. Who was his community, said Eklund. What was he doing? Was he happy? Then of course the tragedy of the way that he was killed. We know nothing. It's like he and his life disappeared without a trace. It's so hard to understand. Bradley loved music, said Eklund. He played the didgeridoo, a wind instrument associated with indigenous Australian music. Yeah, it's a cold case now. If you have any information that can help Hawaii Island Police, you can email them at unsolvedhomicides@hawaiicounty.gov, or you can call the hotline, the Crime Stoppers, 808-955-8300, and contact them. Anyway, that's the story of Bradley Bussewitz. Not much details to go on. He lived a very, very I probably was very much to himself. The details about his lifestyle. I don't think he had that many friends, and so anyway, that's the story of Bradley Bussewitz. Hope you enjoyed this video. Mahalo for watching, and ahoy ho.